Mm-hmm.
just might have noticed something bad or not something good, and they end up like pouring a drink on him with me even without even me noticing, and he starts snapping and getting upset. Hey guys, we are back. Exactly. Get excited because literally this is a new episode of Having It Crazy. This episode is gonna be Ray, describe it. Describe
Okay,
it.
honestly, I don't think it's going to be as long as the first one because
It's not.
first episode we had a lot of ground to cover, baby. So
Yeah.
this one will be, maybe
But
not.
we're gonna keep it short, we're gonna keep it simple, and we're gonna get to the point.
Yeah,
And Ray and I had like our first weekend together
we did
out
without
uh,
Tori.
without Tori, which is like,
Should be illegal, but it's fine.
Tori's our girl. We were waiting for her. She's still out in New York. We're waiting
Hmm.
for her to come back, but
Yeah,
we
we
decided
missed
to
the
get
flight.
wait, but we
No,
decided to get together. And I told you last episode is like either it's gonna be chaos, stay away from me, or it might be a good time.
it was
And
both. No, I'm just kidding.
it, honestly, I will categorize it as a chaos. I wish you would have stayed away. I wish you would have listened, um, because it wasn't good. But we'll get into it in a little bit.
But
But
first,
but for
um, I don't know who tunes into softball, but OU just beat Texas, and I know
let's get it, girl.
that
Let's get it.
Silver
OU. She's an OU
Sooners,
girl.
go!
She's an OU girl.
I am an
And
OU.
I think there might be some Texas fans because I've seen some comments. So there might be some Texas fans, but you know, if it's OU, then uh, it's and OU is our girl, then exactly.
Yeah.
So wait, so we just started
we
Pride Month,
it's
and
Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, y'all.
happy Pride to I want to say like happy Pride to those that don't necessarily celebrate or can't celebrate, those that don't feel comfortable celebrating. But she wasn't here, and we miss her.
We
But you were here, and I'll tell everybody right now. I told you too. I was like, after a lot of shit went down, a lot of drama went down. I told you like, "Ugh, just looking at you, you were my peace. You were my like calm. Like you were my. Just looking at you just made me, made me
feel
just
centered.
more secure and safe because like there was a lot going on this weekend. But I
Yes.
was like, just looking at you, I was like, "Ugh, if Tori's not here, you're my girl," and that's why it was meant to happen. It was meant to be.
I agree.
You were meant to be like to
I
come
was,
out and
yes, we're all meant to just become one big happy community together.
right.
Just be there for each other. And honestly, it's kind of crazy that, you know, not to say that I'm not a peaceful person because I have grown as a woman the last 2 to 3 years,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was a crazy girl. I was a crazy, crazy
I
girl.
think I think we needed that crazy girl to come out this weekend. But I think you were
To stay
like you kept your peace, and I think that might have helped a lot because a lot of stuff could have escalated and gone very wrong.
I
Especially
I also had one of my friends with me, and it was our first time going out together. Hummingbird came along with us, and we
that.
really liked Hummingbird.
Let's start there. Let's start there. Happy Pride, everyone. We celebrated, but let's start there because when you showed up,
Mhm,
I already knew that Tori wasn't gonna be out here. I was like, Pride is literally here.
mhm.
I We talked about it last episode, but I didn't like. It was just right here, right next, right around the corner.
Right around the
So I was
corner.
like, damn, we can do something, or we can just not. And
Exactly.
then when I texted you, you were like so down, and you said you were gonna come out. Did not expect
Oh
company,
yeah.
but
So okay,
wait,
let me. Do
company.
you
You
want to
you
finish?
should
Or you want me
discuss.
to answer that?
No, you should discuss company first
Okay.
because
So
Wait, I want you to discuss company, but then I don't know if you remember much, but I told you something before I left you alone with everybody and anybody. I told you, like, you know,
I don't
maybe I was like, is this?
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, you talk about it, discuss it.
Okay. So my friend Hummingbird, we talked about her a little bit in the last.
Hmm.
So I actually just saw her today.
Yeah,
I went over and I watched the softball game with her, and I actually told her, like, I haven't felt like outside of Tori, I
yeah,
haven't felt safe in somebody's presence, in
yeah.
somebody's like just like being
To the
welcome.
environment.
Yeah, and open and
Yeah,
accepting and like vulnerable. I haven't felt safe to be
yeah,
vulnerable with somebody that I haven't known my entire life in a very long time.
right.
So um on Saturday she she called me and she was like, everybody wants to go out to the neighborhood, and she's like, I've never really been and I want to go, but I don't want to be social. And I was like, okay, well, she was like, you have until, it was like 8 or 9 o'clock. I don't know. I went over like kind of in the late
You
afternoon
went late because I feel like I messaged you like kind of late into it, but then you were like, yeah, you were
because
ready to come out. It was just gonna take some time, but like,
because
yeah,
she was like, you, okay. So not that she was gonna make my decision whether to come out or
right.
not, but she was like, you have until so and so, and she was like, you have until 9 o'clock to convince me to go out.
Oof.
And the whole time I'm over there with her, she's like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to be social. I don't want to go out. But she's
Hmm.
talking to her friends and like, come on, come out, come blah 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 blah. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay, come on, let's go. And so she started
you're
getting
going.
her outfit together, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go get ready now because we literally live like around the corner from each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I went home, let Hummingbird get ready, and then I came back like less than an hour later because um, I had showered before I went over to her place. So I was like, okay, I just gotta change, do my hair, whatever. So we got out there
Yeah,
and we met y'all at TMC first. We met y'all
yeah, for like for the people that may not be around or anything, but it's like pretty much this the gay strip. It's like all this. It's like a whole strip of a bunch of bars, and you can just go hopping from bar to bar.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we went to TMC and we were there vibing for a little bit until it got kind of messy.
It's it got a little messy, and I think I definitely owe you an apology
Honestly,
because like that's like the first thing. It's like
I
the
was
first
so
thing you got to
lost.
experience is like messy.
I was so confused about what was happening. Um,
Me too, and I feel like even until now, I mean, I'm barely understanding what happened and everything, but I guess we can kind of just tell because it really isn't
it's not much.
anything that hasn't it has been discussed and it has been fixed, but so whenever you get there you get there with one of your friends,
Mhm.
and I'm there with one of my friends, and then I'm inviting a couple of Tori's friends that I've
Yeah.
also known and I've hung out before, like,
Huh?
and like if Tori's not coming, then I want to invite them, and it's a
Yeah.
good time.
Mhm.
Everyone gets there. So I see my ex, and this ex is one that we've talked a lot about on this podcast, and
Okay.
it's somebody that is just been up, down, whatever. But lately, it's just been kind of like we just mind our own business,
Mhm.
and he decides to approach me, right? And when he approaches me, like I see him getting there, arriving, everything. He goes and does his own thing, but he, I guess, goes and does his own thing. Comes and approaches me, and he's been good. He's even complimenting me. He's like, "You look good," like everything. But I guess the people that we were with,
Mhm.
just might have noticed something bad or not something good, and they end up like pouring a drink on him with me even without even me noticing, and he starts snapping and getting upset, and then
Can
I
I
guess some people
can
say,
I pause? Can we pause? Can
yeah,
I input?
go
So,
for it.
from what I was told is
Yeah.
that he did it first. Is that
Okay.
he either was doing it on himself or he did it
No,
on homegirl and then she
no. So
did it on him?
homegirl, I guess homegirl, because what she told me, she was like, I guess I misread the room and I saw him like kind of. I guess he grabbed me by my shirt and pushed me because he wanted to get to my friend to say hi because he
Yeah.
knows him and everything. And so once they saw him being like pushing me like that, they thought that it was like bad, and so they just
Uh,
decided to like pour a drink on him.
yeah.
And then after that, people reacted and people were like talking shit. People came back and argued. Like it just wasn't a good time.
And see, I was sitting there. I had my little beer.
Yeah,
Hummingbird was next to
yeah,
me, vibing. We were kind of people watching. And then all of a sudden, like, I just hear y'all getting loud. And I'm just
yeah.
watching at first. And then I was like, oh shit, look
Well,
here.
it
Like,
didn't get loud until my ex, which I mean, I would be upset too, like if somebody poured a drink.
yeah.
But I guess he ended up going back to his friends, and then like 5-10 minutes later, ended up bringing his lesbian friend,
Hmm.
which could probably step up and be like, try to fight all of our other lesbian
Yeah,
friends, because I feel like that's what they were trying to do, like to step up. Because if he couldn't do anything, he was gonna bring his bitch or his
exactly.
person over.
Exactly.
And to me, that's a pussy move. Like if you bring your homegirl to
Very,
fight your own battle,
very.
right?
I mean, have you seen me? Did you see the boots I was wearing that night, bitch?
Girl, I was
Please.
like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to
You
do that. But
you
but
don't
we're
want to
also in the middle of the club.
find
In the middle
something
of
safer to play with. Find
in
some
the middle of the club though, and like we're just like I was just trying to make it not happen, and then at the end, I was trying to tell him. I was like, "Wait, I get it. They might have been rude or something, but like I wasn't rude to you. You didn't approach me like in a good way, and I wasn't approaching you, and it just turned out bad. But we got to talk like almost like after everything,
hmm
and I think me and him are good in good terms. And before that, we weren't even on talking terms. So
Yeah.
like I think getting
A
to
win
that
to
really,
win.
I
A
think it
win to
might be.
win.
I think it might be, and so we're just taking it day by day, being good. But I'm telling you, like pride for me has not been good every year. And I even told you last week, I
Yeah.
was like, stay away. We're not doing pride. But for me, I ended up going home early, whatever, fixing every situation, with this person on the phone, whatever. But I left you, and when I left you, I'll be straight up. I was worried, and
Oh,
I told you, I was like, I didn't. I just. We're not gonna
oh,
talk about anybody, but I told you, I was like, reconsider this. Maybe how much
you think
you explain what
you
happened.
you were concerned about me because
Yeah,
I brought my friend and she went with her friends.
yeah,
But like I came out there to be with y'all. Not that
of
I
course, yeah.
cared to be with Hummingbird, but I knew that she wanted to go out and see her friends too, and like we're not dating, so I don't expect her to be up my ass the whole time. Like I
No,
want her
but
to go out and have fun, and I was with our other friends too.
right,
So
yeah,
I mean, I was having a good girly pop time.
yeah, good.
Like, no big deal. I
Really,
That is one of the more calm nights I've had.
okay, because it
I
was
didn't
a.
drink much.
And I told you, I think I like from the beginning, like even I feel like it was just a struggle to get to everything. But I even told you, like she is beautiful. She is like she's just so pretty. She's cute. She's fun.
We're friends. like we haven't known each other for long. I'm not trying to cross any boundaries. She means a lot to me, and we've had
Right.
very like deep conversations. We have a lot in common, like kind of family wise, just like our story. I give a fuck about her, and
Right.
like I said in the first episode, there's just some connections that aren't made to cross those boundaries. And
Yeah, and I think you, or even with Tori, we've all talked about it. Like, I think the way I think our stuff works is because yeah, we can bleep out names, we can do this, but at the end of the day, it's like we're not here to ruin anybody's life. We're not gonna like talk, bad about anybody. It is our story. It is our side of it, and it is the way that we see it. Sometimes it sucks that maybe we see it differently than others, and then when the people that we talk about get to see this,
mhm.
it just might not add up to what they think in their head. That's what I was gonna say. Is like, has anybody reached out about anything? Because I'll tell you this. Wait, I'm gonna give you a shout out real quick because everybody, Ray's episode. We've been gone for a while, a few weeks, but Ray, the numbers, the comments, everything, like she is killing it. People like her. People want her to be here, and I think that's what me and Tori have wanted. If anybody else is gonna join this little mess that we have going on, is like we want people to like them, respect them,
Yeah.
and enjoy them, and they're doing that, and we can tell that just by the numbers that we get. And I don't want you to think like, oh my god, this is we just it's just numbers. No, like
Okay, babe,
I
you
was
can
talking
use
to
me for
my friends.
clout. It's okay. You weren't
No, but I
the
was
first
talking to my
one.
friends, and they were like, it feels like it's just a conversation with you guys, like the same that it was with Tori. And I was like, yeah, that's literally what we're trying to
Yeah,
do,
exactly.
and I'm glad that we can get to that. So
Me too.
shout out to Ray. She's killing it. She's killing it with
Shout out
us. And
to you guys. Like, shout out to everybody that tunes in and watches. Shout out to
Right.
my haters that stalk my Twitter every day and click the links.
I
Honestly,
think the
I
haters is where it's at, girl.
wouldn't be here
I
without
think the
y'all.
haters that are watching and the haters that are clicking on it is the people that make this like actually go viral in some of the clips, because
Exactly.
you've been killing it, we've been killing it, and
And
so that's why I was like, you said we planned for this and we almost didn't make this happen, but I was like, I really want to make this happen because
yeah,
like I want to get as many episodes with you
same.
before Tori comes back and everything, because I feel like
Mhm.
everyone enjoys it, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah. And I want to be able
And
to film with Tori too because if me and you have a lot to talk about and we've only known each other for a few months, like
you,
me and this girl have 13 years of just
literally, I
stories.
can't wait for them to see like an episode of just you and Tori
I'm so
and just go at it. We basically had when it was just you and
excited.
Tori. We had to like, you know,
We want to talk nice about
it.
exes
Well, oh, duh.
as
I
as much
think
as we can, I guess. It's
I'm
fine.
on a kick right now that I okay, and it might look hypocritical or whatever, but after Pride and running into my ex and all these things, like I talked to him and everything, and I was like, "This, we're everything, anything I say, if anything, is just gonna be good from now on, and avoid any problems."
Yeah,
And so I'm gonna keep it nice,
yeah,
and but you also have a lot to say.
yeah.
You're
But the thing is, we talked about Pretzel in the first episode, and I don't feel like I said anything bad. It doesn't translate
it,
necessarily because,
yeah.
I mean, we did have a little bit of conflict about our first episode.